Hey, you're watching Vinyl 4 Miles, your best resource for music, audio gear, and vinyl reviews. Today we're looking at a handful of really cool vinyl accessories. This is Cool Vinyl Accessories Volume 6. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Michael. What we do here is audio gear reviews, vinyl reviews, musical instrument reviews, pretty much anything having to do with pro audio or my hobbies, I'm gonna bring you content. If that's something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button and bell notification while you're at it so you don't miss out on future videos. Today we have a handful of really cool vinyl accessories, and this is the 6th iteration of Cool Vinyl Accessories. If you haven't had time to catch up on the previous volumes, you can check them out up here, volume 1 through 5 specifically. So it's been a few months. I've had quite a few products come through to the channel. A lot of them actually did not make the cut. Some of them were pretty cheap, but I do have a handful of ones I want to share with you guys. And actually, most of these are from the same company, and this company is Origo Deco. If you guys aren't familiar with Origo Deco, you can go onto Amazon, type in any type of vinyl accessory, they're gonna pop up. They usually pop up as one of the top results. They make all kinds of different accessories for vinyl. They sent about 4 or 5 products my way I'm gonna feature and share with you guys in this video. I also have another gift that was given to me that I use daily that I think each one of you vinyl collectors out there should have somewhere in your household. All right, with no further ado, why don't we kick off the series and check out the first product. It is acrylic record dividers. It comes with 10 of them, and this is more of a DIY package. So why don't we open up and I'll show you what I mean by DIY. So the first thing you're gonna see when you open this up is the acrylic dividers. They look like they have some kind of fog on them. That's actually just a plastic protective layer that you're gonna peel off before you actually use these. But this comes with 10 individual dividers, and you'll notice they're all blank. Most record dividers that you buy online either come with inserts or something like that, or they're pre-labeled. These ones are blank on purpose because they come with a bunch of different labels that you can choose from. And it also keeps in mind that there's 10 dividers. So if you look on this sheet here, you can do alpha order, A through D, E through H, I through L, M through O, P through S, T through W, X through Z. You can do it by era. We got the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. You can do it by speed. 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. I don't know why you would do it that way, but you can, that's cool, that's an option. Or you could do it by genre. So they have blues, classic rock, metal, R&B, pretty much everything you can think of on here. Let's say this is not specific enough for what you want to do. Well, the cool thing is it does come with markers as well. So you can actually write in your own labels on here if you have something very specific, like horror movie soundtracks or something to that extent. It does come with 2 markers, one's gold, one is black. First thing you want to do before you set these up though, I'm going to walk you through it. There's little arrows on here, right? And there's a little part of the plastic that is loose. You're going to want to pull on that. So these are not going to be obnoxious. They're not going to stick out and be an eyesore. And once you put the labels on here, it'll be pretty clear too. Now these are advertised as vertical dividers, but you actually can use them horizontally if you're writing your own custom ones on here. Just write them obviously in a vertical format, or you can just put the labels on sideways and read it sideways. That's kind of what I do with my other dividers. But you do have the option to use vertical or horizontal. So what I'm gonna do is put some labels on here. We're gonna go stick it in my record collection, give you some shots of it, and then we're gonna move on to the next product. This is what I was using before. It could be vertical or horizontal, but it's just paper. It's not very versatile or flexible. So let's put this crystal clear. See how clear that is? This goes in, and you can see A through D right there. And let's just say I had E through H coming through right here. This just slips right in. It's really thin compared to the wood ones. So here we go. E through H, A through D, very visible. I don't have a vertical area, but if you did want to store these vertically, it's pretty easy to read. It's actually easier to read vertically than it is horizontally, but it works in either direction. Now you can pick these up online. They're $38.99. There is some coupons that you can find online to get it even cheaper. So while we're on the subject of record dividers, why don't we dive into the second product on the list here. Moving on to our second product, it is from the same company, Origo Deco, and it is the wooden record dividers. Now these are a little bit cheaper. They come in around 24 bucks. They smell good. They smell like fresh cut wood. You can use these vertically if you have your record storage vertical, or you can use them horizontally. So these are made from some premium plywood. They have a very nice smooth finish on them, and it is die cut. So you can see through it. This is not embossed. A lot of the ones online are not fully cut through, so this is die cut, which is great. You do get 8 dividers, and here is the order it goes in. It does A through D, E through H, I through L, M through O, P through S, T through W, and then X through Z. And then they also include one extra one here that has a music note on it. I was kind of wondering, what on earth is this for? You can use it to separate a specific genre, like soundtracks, or a certain genre that you want separate from your alpha order stuff, or this could be used for now playing. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the same record storage area I just used the acrylic dividers in, and let's see what it looks like actually in use. Okay, we're back here again at my storage area, and what we're checking out are the wooden dividers. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I already took out my label A that we did last time. There we go. I do have a record stopper in the back, so it's not gonna allow this to go much further, but that's A through D. Then let's say we wanna put in E through H right here. Very, very visible. This is actually more visible than the acrylic one. To compare it to what I had here previously, this is my previous label that just has the A on it. It's pretty small. This is much bigger. So Origo Deco, if you guys had a way of doing a full alpha order with the dividers, that is something I would highly, highly look into, because these ones are pretty cheap, but I needed the full alphabet here because I have a lot of records. So something worth noting, but as it is now, if you want to divide up your records A through D, E through H, and kind of group them, bucket them together into 8 different dividers, then this will work just fine. In previous videos, I did review their rectangle version of this. It was the rectangle vinyl storage cube that was like on wheels. You can move the thing around. It was very functional. It held about 100 records. So what they put out now is a different version of that. It's the more condensed version. It's smaller, and they're calling this one the Minimalist record holder. The original one from Origo Deco that I reviewed was around $45. This one's significantly cheaper. This is around $25.99. It does come in pieces, so why don't we do the first thing here and put this together. All right, so here's the assembled product. It took me about 3.5 minutes to assemble this. Basically comes with 4 straight bars, 2 end pieces, and about 8 screws. So all the tools were included that you need. So what I'm gonna do is put this in my record storage area, see how many records I can fit on there, and give you guys my final thoughts. All right, so here's where I put my new arrivals currently, or stuff I'm anticipating I listen to. Now this was from Q78, and it's a nice little record holder, and it's great for tabletop. The only problem is my kids tend to knock these off, and there is no protection in the front. So what I wanna do is set up this new Origo Deco one here to help secure my records. So what I'm gonna do is transfer the records over and see what it looks like. All right, so here's what it looks like. That's the same amount of records. This obviously can hold a lot more records. There is some grip on the feet here, so it's not gonna damage the surface of your record storage area or whatever cabinet you're putting this on top of. I think it actually might be a little too big for this area, so I'm not gonna use it here, but you can see what it would look like as a tabletop record storage unit. It is easy to read the labels on the side, so you can read the spine and pull out your favorite album. Gives you a better idea of what you're looking at rather than having to flip through everything. You can just read the sides. But I mean, overall, it's great construction, and I think it's gonna serve its purpose. It looks pretty good. All right, so we have one more product from Origo Deco, and this is a vinyl display. This is something that you can hang on your wall, hang in your studio, your music listening room, your office. And the thing that makes this a little different than other vinyl record display things that you can put on your wall is these are iridescent. The set that I'm reviewing here, hopefully you guys can see that. They change color depending on what light you're in. They're iridescent holders that you mount them on the wall, and the record just holds itself in here. It won't fall over. It comes with 6 of them, and it is $26.99 on the website right now. You're gonna wanna peel the plastic off. There is a blue layer on here of plastic. You can see how easily those colors change and shift depending on what angle you're at. So make sure you remove that plastic if you want the full display effect. That's what I'm doing right now with this guy. All right, once you do remove that protective plastic, these things look pretty wild. Now, depending on what angle you're looking at it from, it does change, and depending how close or far you are from the holder, it looks pretty trippy. So it comes with a level, comes with alcohol wipes, it comes with these basically drill-free hangers. It's something very close to like the 3M ones that you could buy at Home Depot. Then if you do want to mount these on your wall, it comes with screws and everything you need. Installation guide, and there is 6 of these in here. This looks pretty wild. I'm gonna mount this on the wall and see what it looks like. All right, so here's what the record holder looks like once it's mounted on the wall. I used the strips that came with it, so it's non-damaging to this wall, even though there is some holes in the wall already. That's usually covered up by painting, but I wanted to illustrate just how easy it is to display your records on here. And it definitely changes with the light. So if I move these lights around, it just looks super cool. Kind of looks like gasoline and water. And if you wanted to, you could drill this into the wall. So I mean, overall, this is pretty cool. It's $26.99. I mean, your other alternatives out there are metal, but those are much heavier and they're usually a lot more expensive. So for 6 of these, not a bad price. Again, Origo Deco. This is called the vinyl wall mount iridescent acrylic record holder. All right, so that concludes pretty much everything sent to me from Origo Deco. Now this next item on my list, there's a bunch of different versions of it, but when you first see this, it looks like a miniature record player, and it has a bunch of 45s is what it looks like. But what this actually is a coaster. So this is a fake little turntable. It has a nice little metal spindle on there that's actually really nice and high quality. And it comes with 6 little mini records. Now these, you cannot play them, but they do have grooves on them. They look real. So you can see there's a little bit of rubber on the bottom, so it's anti-slip, and they're just really cool. If you're not using them, they don't look like an eyesore. I have these in my music area, and when people drink in my music area, I don't like them putting their bottles on top of my storage cube. I just keep this out. It looks like a little mini record player. You move the tone arm, and then you can just pull one off, stick it on the counter, and put your drink on top of it. It's also worth mentioning that these are waterproof labels, so if you're worried about them peeling because you're putting drinks that have condensation or hot drinks on there, don't worry about it. I've been using this for a few months. I've had no issues. You can find these on Amazon. Now this brand says it's Cap Gun, which you can see here in the lower corner, but I couldn't find anything on Amazon for Cap Gun. So the closest one I could find, again, this was a gift, so I don't know where someone got it from. If you just look on Amazon, look for funny retro vinyl record coasters, they're gonna pop up. I think it adds a little bit of flair to your record listening room or your studio, gives it personality, and it's also functional. All right, so check it out online. That's basically everything I have for Cool Vinyl Accessories Volume 6. If you're a company looking to get some airtime on my channel and have me review some of your products and feature them in future videos, you can contact me. If you go to my channel, click About. There should be an email address where you guys can get in contact. All right, until next time, I'm Michael. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.